Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today is Blind Flight Friday. So what are we doing today on Blind Flight? This is our second jack off of the channel right here. That's what we did. I said we were going to do it. We have never done it.
You didn't label it, did you?
I did.
Good.
I said, I don't know about this one, but I did the other one. So we'll see what happens. But I just want to see, thank you again, Danny, for sending us this single barrel proof.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. We did put it in a blind to see, here he goes, to see how it goes. But I wanted to see what it did up against the actual Jack 12. I know it's a lot higher proof. And, I mean, if you're going to guess which one you thought you would like better, you would always think the higher proof. But I just remember this one being something special. So we haven't really drank this one since we cracked it. You know what I mean?
I have not.
Yeah. So we're going to see.
That
So regular Blind Fight Friday rules. I left the room. Mike poured for me. He left the room. I poured for him. We may or may not be drinking the same one. You'll know because I'm going to put it down below. Let me get a quick sip here. And we'll start with glass number one. I didn't think this would be a bad day either way because these were two mighty fine drinks that we've had in the past.
I did find it a little easier pouring 12 than...
No. This one, the single barrel proof, was way easier because it's got a lip. The one without the lip, I was going to give the credit to the one with the lip.
It could have been...
Yeah, so to me,
worked a little bit. I had to use a rag on that one, and that one made it back in the lid.
I like it with the lip myself, but I don't, I try to stay off of these because we don't have access to either one of them.
I may have seen one of these bouncing around.
The single barrel proof finally?
Or might have.
Okay. I have not.
It might not be this year's, but I did see one. Did it come out last year?
I don't think it did.
Then maybe it is this year's.
I'm getting a nice banana. All right, let's give it a try.
I thought it'd be jumping a little more if in my head what I was thinking, so...
That's the funny thing. Different day, different experience, different time. Because what I remember when we drank the 12, that's very nice on the palate, though.
It's way different on the palate.
Like, I remember, an explosion in your nose, an explosion in your mouth, and then like today, I agree with your assessment. My very initial smell was decent, but it wasn't like that much better than the other ones we did that were Jack. You know what I'm saying?
This one carried a little bit though. What is the 12?
I think it's 107 proof.
So it's not going to be crazy difference.
And what is the single barrel? That's a 128.
I know. I think 124.8.
They go anywhere from like 120 something up to 130. I think 131, 128.4. But I do remember it just drinking not that hot when I did it. So I'm not really sure which one I'm drinking, to be honest with you. I know it's very good.
It is good.
It did have a nice viscosity and a nice little...
You had some proof here. The nose is coming through.
This was my first sip of the day. Man, that banana nut flavor, though, is like for days.
It sticks all through your tongue and everything.
Oh,
this is very good, but I'm with you right now. I'm not sure where I'm at.
I'm not sure which one. I'm going to have to drink the other one and see which one I think is hotter. Is the only way I'm going to know which one I'm drinking. It really doesn't matter which one I'm drinking.
Is it gonna be? It's very tasty.
Yeah.
If you go back to when we first started, Jack was not either one of our friends. We didn't say anything good. I don't think in the first month about Jack.
No. And the more I keep going back to it, the more.
And now it's high on the list.
It's crazy how good it is.
It's been very high on the list.
That's weird. So this has a more.
Right now, this is a lighter nose. I'm struggling for this one.
I don't want to put it in a bad way, but like if this was like a. This one almost has more ethanol.
It was
mine
was a lot weaker than that.
Paint canny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like more like you're smelling a paint.
This one, My second one, it seems a little lighter, and it seems like an oakier finish.
That's crazy how different those two are.
My second one seems to be an easier drinker with a heavier oak finish.
I'm not going to disagree with your assessment on that. I think mine might be too. But the nose is more...
The nose I still
like,
pull.
I love the nose on one. I will go back to it in a minute. I got a lot more of the banana. This one is more
of a spice, but
this one's more like a... I don't want to say paint can because I don't want to make it sound bad, but it's more like what you know what I'm saying. That smell though, when you're getting like a...
I do. It's not a like a.
It's not a caramel. It's not an ethanol. It's kind of like a combination. It's like when you
definitely not a caramel.
No.
But my second sip gave me a little heat, which now it's throwing me off.
Wow, that is my second one is very oaky at the end. Like it seems like I have a way oakier flavor. Surprisingly, the proof is not that extreme out of the two of them.
I was just going to say the same.
I thought I would easily know what I was drinking, and I do not. And honestly, I'm having a hard time figuring out which one I like better because my two, it doesn't bring as much heat, but there's a great viscosity. The flavor lasts for days, and it does have a bigger, oakier finish to me.
My one's nose is like 5-1 on number 2. And I didn't remember. Let me try this one, but I didn't remember getting a crazy oak finish.
Yeah. See, my nose one is a little bit lighter. Like a little bit, like this one's like a darker, more pink candy. I don't know. I don't why I have that nose. This one has more of like the banana nuts.
More like a traditional bourbon. This one, my two, I got to struggle. Usually by now something would hit and I don't know.
On my palate, when I leave my glass one and let it sit on my tongue for a minute, I get that nice banana nut flavor in the middle, and then it finishes off with a nice little heat in the back. If I'm guessing, me personally, I think my number 2 is my 12, and my number 1 is this one. I think this one might be bringing a little more proof. This one's bringing me like a ton of oak. Whatever glass 2 is bringing me more oak. I'm having a hard time, but I think I like the banana nut bread flavor more in one, where this one's getting like drowned out by the oak. Which
I almost agree with. I will agree with you. I think I have the barrel on my left and the 12. And taste wise, I think I'm liking one better than 2.
I'm gonna go back and forth one more time, but because this is like my 2 is like a darker, richer,
still the nose is finally starting to come in.
So what I was getting paint can at first, now it's like a molasses. It's a thick, like it's really thick. Like when you almost like if you're doing up some apples and you cook the caramel too much. You know what I mean? Where it's starting to almost like getting like a thick.
And I'm thinking I just like the flavor better in 1. There's a heavy oak presence in 2 for me.
And that's where...
And not like a double oak flavor. No. It's just like a...
It almost is. It almost reminds me, whatever my right one is, drinking it in my head, I'm thinking of like the 1910, where it was good in its way, but it's like a darker, richer version. And I'm thinking of my left one. I'm going to go back to it in a second, like the 1920, where it was lighter, brighter, a little more aggressive, but all the things I liked about the whiskey is what I'm thinking in my head.
But it has more flavor notes. Mm-hmm. I think even the nose and going down, it's just not single-handedly overpowered by a barrel.
There's huge banana sweetness as soon as it hits your tongue, like in banana bread bananas, like overripe bananas. Like there's sweet banana bread sweetness in my glass one, where whatever glass two is, it's actually taken over by that molassesy, thick caramel taste.
It's
with
kind of
the
a
oak.
one note.
Yes, I agree with that.
2 note oak molasses kind of blend. I could go with that.
Do I like both of them? Yes. But me personally, one gives me that roller coaster ride where it's that sweetness right off the bat, and then you get that nice little flavor in the middle, and then it finishes off with just enough of that, like, proofy, oaky finish. You know what I mean? Like, to me, because they're both, even 107 proof is in my happy land anyways, but I'm shocked that I can't pick which one is which. Like, I'm actually struggling. I'm only thinking 2 is 12 because it is just way oakier on the finish, and it's way darker on the flavor.
But I don't know if it holds on any longer.
No, because whatever one is, the viscosity on one is phenomenal for me.
It's a little overpowering compared to one flavor stick of a note. It is like a molasses.
I hope we're drinking the same one, because he's saying, I agree with you.
It is screwed up if I'm describing these and we're asked backwards, or I'm asked backwards.
Well, that's going to be the funny part, because I have no idea which way you poured it.
I think,
and I actually don't even remember which way I poured it. But even on the nose, I like my one's nose better than 2. This one's
because there might even be
darker.
even a light hint of marshmallow in there. There's way more notes in one. My vote is 1.
It's funny the way we described the when we did the Old Foresters. It's kind of the same boat for me. Whatever one is bringing that complexity of flavor and that little bit of punch and a little bit more aggression and just a better overall feel. Where 2 is that deep, dark, rich. I wouldn't mind 2 all the time, but putting them like this, I prefer 1.
They stand out.
Today I prefer 1.
I'm 100% with you on that.
All right, we'll see what we got. Hopefully,
I think the glasses are the way, or the bottles are the way. My glasses are the way the bottles are.
That's actually what I'm thinking, just because this one's such darker and richer, and if not, it is what it is. But
we both described the same thing.
Right. So who knows? But all I can say is both of these are very good.
They are.
And we're
they are totally different.
We are. But it reminds me, because I love the 1920 and the 1910, but 2 distinct pours, 2 different things, but really they were good in their own way.
It is. We've noticed way more lately on. Yes, we did like this by itself when we first crack it, or whichever one, whatever bottle it may be. Then when we do it in a blind, sometimes it holds, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't stand out, or it's like it's mediocre.
No. And today, whatever one is, I like that. I just like that complexity of flavor compared to 2 that it didn't. So in your case, so you think the bottles are as is?
Correct.
So I actually put a Jack 12 on your left-hand side.
Wow.
And I put single barrel proof on your right-hand side.
So then it smoked it.
So and again, that's just the way it was. So you actually picked Jack 12 for the win. So let me do that. Mike said 1 and 2 on this one. And me, I believe that the barrels are the way they are, and I picked 1 as my thing.
And that's how I poured them.
So that's weird that we totally
describe them, and yet I'm off.
But again, that's, the fun part about doing this, honestly, to me, or I should say the good part about doing this is just that. So today, it is a draw, and you know what, rightfully so. But you know what? Everybody is different, and for those people that, nobody's 100% likes the same stuff. In fact, when we did our Jack review, Mike went 4 for 4 in picking bottles. I don't pick bottles so much as I pick what I like the best. And again, it just goes to show different palates. I think I picked the rye as my number 1, and then number 10 as my second one. Everybody likes something different, and that's why they make a million different expressions. So that's why, as much as I'd love to give you 1,000 tasting notes and try to get, it doesn't matter what I think I taste.
It really doesn't matter. It doesn't
100%
matter.
matters what you taste, and do you like it.
I got a stinky soul shoe, whatever.
It really doesn't matter. The fun part of it is...
What we didn't say, though, is... So we paid $100 for this one.
We got that one as... Thank you, Danny, for this, because I don't have a thing on there. I think we estimated it...
120, 110, 120?
No, for the single barrel proof goes 100. Anywhere from 60 to 80, I think, in that range, so somewhere, when you look at the MSRPs online. So, But this is one of the ones that you normally in Massachusetts. The only other time I found it is anywhere from $350 to $500.
I've yet to see the 10.
I've
or
seen
the
it for
12.
$5.
I have not. Well, I haven't even seen it on the shelf.
Oh no,
here.
I seen it behind glass for $500.
I've been to a couple.
The 10 was $350, and these were $5 in 2 different stores. But I don't know if they're still there. I haven't looked anymore. But this one,
I guess I don't shop.
I've still yet to see it in Massachusetts. I've been looking for it because for a $60, $70, $80 bottle, even buy all day long.
Yeah.
But because honestly, in my assessment today, it really does give you that roller coaster ride of flavors. I actually, as much as I like this one, but if I'm going head to head, I would put this one above this one.
Unless you're effing with me, but
no, that's it. Jack, I put it on the left, and I put the other one on the right. I actually put L and R instead of 1 and 2. But no, I did it that way. It is what it is. It's funny though. You know what? But honestly, that's the same thing when we do different reviews. I mean, we've both been doing this for a year and a half. And what you taste, that's why sometimes I laugh and you people think I'm just messing with you. But the bottom line is, it's funny to me when I 100% get so much of a flavor and you're like, nope, I don't. Or you're like, I get a mint. And I'm like, no, there's no mint. But you know what? It's all subjective. So, I mean, that's the key. That's why in all this, don't get me wrong, I wish I was better at tasting notes and I wish I had all this stuff. But in all reality,
we're not going to pretend. So
the bottom line is you get the one you like. Right. But the moral of the story is, being that they drew, this is very good. This, to me, is very, very good. And where you can regularly find this, I know Danny out in Illinois can get one of these a week. Like, they're on the shelf all the time.
They bless Danny.
And there was a couple other people from Illinois, like, they're on the shelf all the time for like this much. You know, we don't get them out here. No. So, and I'm still looking for the single barrel proof rye. I've yet to see one of them.
Yeah, I know what that is, but I didn't get it.
I know.
I go to New Hampshire for that one.
Even on the nose still.
Might not be there anymore.
My glass one, which is the single barrel proof, is such a banana. Like, it is so fruity and is so, like, it's ready to make banana bread, crushed banana, like that overripe banana. Where this is like super oaky. And again, the 12 is delicious. But it really does remind me, if anyone has this, leave a comment down below if you've tried it. This reminds me of 1920, 1910. And that's exactly what it did, the same scenario. Where if I throw them together, it's probably the delight of both of them.
Give me a nose one. On
one? Yeah. That's my 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, but it's all subjective. It's what you think it is. And it's what you like that day. So there you go. There's Blind Fight Friday. And yes, I do appreciate all the comments and all the suggestions you guys made. This was one I just figured I would finish off the Jack Off series because we did the other ones, and I really honestly wanted to see myself. I love this. Excuse me, when we opened it. But man, this does have something in my heart.
And today for me, that one's like
the crazy everything. The crazy thing is, it's 107 and 128. You would think that, I got to give Jack credit. Neither one of them drink even like 100.
No.
You know what I mean? They don't drink hot. No, that's what I'm saying.
I'd go 100 anyway, but it's.
But if you go 107,
you would think one would have you would have noticed, and they didn't.
I hit that one wrong. You would think it would stand out where it's like, whoa, this is actually hotter, way hotter. Yeah. But it really didn't. They both drink delicious. So there you go. Continue to leave your comments.
Thank you.
That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
And subscribe.